I wanted to talk to you guys about your new album, The Human Experience. Just dropped recently. I went and refreshed myself over it again before I came. And, dude, so I don't know how off the mark I am. This is just the imagery I got when I was reading the lyrics and stuff. But
yeah.
I just imagine, like, this dude with, like, this broadsword, like a claymore or something, like, swinging around, taking out his enemies and stuff. And to me, I love how, like, the beginning of the album seemed to kind of... It starts out like just kind of, this is my impression.
Yeah.
Starts out just identifying the theme, which seems to be like, you're going to carve your own path. You're not going to follow any prescribed, lifestyle or path that anybody's laying before you. Instead, you're going to discover it yourself. And then I love that it immediately goes from that to like annihilating my enemies, like nonstop. And then halfway through the album, I love that Unholy Beast because I'm like, that's like, for me, I thought it was perfect that you guys put it right in the middle. Because that is the one song that I saw that identified the enemy as myself, and kind of like I'm fighting myself. And then the rest of the album goes back to a bloodbath of like just no, I'm taking out everybody that's like in my way. So love the album. Love that you actually were that intentional with like setting a theme. Even if I'm totally off the mark, it's just like to be able to have that experience, to be able to like sit there and listen to an album and
hey, you
get
said
a visual. So
the experience, baby.
Yeah.
You said it. Well. The purpose of it is literally, which I love that you were explaining, that's your personal experience of it, because we decided to name it The Human Experience because every song on the record is something that I went through or maybe like a conversation we had about something we all went through. And it's a collective human experience that we're experiencing. So the album, every song has something about someone being manipulative or something about a breakup or a death in the family. I like how you bring up Unholy Beast because that's actually about a video game character.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's about the confrontation between Loba and the Revenant. But realistically, when I wrote it lyrically, I wrote it about somebody that fucked me over.
Yeah.
And, just like the way that they play games, and I wasn't going to let them, get that best part of me kind of thing. But the record as a whole was all about like just the human experience. I guess any band could really say that if they wanted to about their records, but we were a little bit more like honest, I guess. And plus we just love the idea of like that little like voice clip. It's like the human experience, and it's like and it comes in like, so it's like kind of play on with that. But yeah, no, we've been working on it since literally since the day Titan was Titan with the V. We have been working on it, and I have like audio files of the human experience being lyrically written that far back.
Yeah.
So I've had a few people going, "Why did you take all these songs from the 3 years you guys have been together?" And I was like, "Well, because we've been This is the intention from day one. Every single was an intention to be on this album."
Yeah.
So some bands don't do that, but we decided to do that, like before we even had the band what it is.
I've been pleasantly surprised, and it's I mostly keep track of my friends, but I've been pleasantly surprised by how much like albums my friends have been putting out. Because obviously like marketing wise, that's probably not the best strategy. You get more bang for your buck if you put out singles and videos and stuff. So I always see it like as this bold move, like when you decide to put out a bigger release like that. It's really shows more confidence in what you're doing and more kind of more purposeful planning behind a release. And I had no idea you'd been working on it that long. That's amazing.
Yeah, what was cool about it is that like it kind of comes down to we could either do what everyone else is doing and putting a couple singles out and then dropping an EP, but I was like, me and him, we've been in bands for the last 10 years together, and we've always said, I want to put an album out. I want to put an album out. And I was like, then you know what? Let's put a fucking album out.
Doing. Yeah.
That's what we're doing. It's our first album. Not every band gets huge off their first album, or we get lucky and we do. But we have a nice package. We could deliver that to labels or to you guys or to anybody, and they could have it and go, this is 10 songs of music that is emotionally involved and physically bled onto. And do you guys want to say anything about it? Hector's been there.
I was jamming along because they're playing us right back here. Over here, so
perfect backdrop for the interview. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are. Oh, they're literally playing the title track right now.
Experience, yeah.
I love that you've included your band members' experience. I think that's incredible. Right when you were saying that, I'm like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I need to talk to my band members more and draw on their experiences instead of just my own personal experiences. I think that's incredible that you did that. I think that very much lives up to the album title, The Human Experience. You're like, it's not just my experience; it's my band members' lived experience as well. That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much we just try to, input as much as we can, like each one of us adding our own little flavor to the songs, that makes it more authentic than it's just, one person. And
I agree.
luckily we've been able to kind of work with each of our own individual styles.
Yeah.
I feel
So I'm used to being a drummer.
Yeah, they don't hand me the mics, so this is why.
So is that part of it? It's not just including like lived experiences from each member, but also styles and
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Experiences from life, styles. What we want to try. If we want to try something new, or we like something that we did in the past, and we're like, hey, I like that. Let's try to see if we can, incorporate it again. So.
Yeah, and it's very cohesive. I wouldn't. It's awesome to get a little bit of like backstory and feedback that this is how it was put together. Because listening to it, that wouldn't have been my first immediate guess. It does sound like a cohesive unit. You guys do have your own individual sound. So,
like to add on to that about like adding member like things like so. Me and Hector wrote Unholy Beast together separately from everyone else, but when you bring it to the table, that's when everyone adds that extra layer. That's when they could also add their like opinion about it, and that's how we shaped the songs.
Yeah.
The song "The Human Experience." So originally we had a whole other song that was supposed to be the human experience and transcending, that had to involve a really rough situation he went through. That will be on the next record, actually.
Okay.
But we took that concept of like, all right, well, he just gave us this gut-wrenching, emotional song. Let's leverage this into the rest of the music that we're writing.
Oh, wow, really
and
cool.
So a big reasoning why we decided to go the route we went is because of what he delivered to us, because of emotions that he was feeling, and it was fucking powerful. Like the guitar solo and it's a song that when you hear it, it sings itself. And that was like the human experience of like dealing with shit. But the reason why I said that is because me and David decided, fuck it, we're gonna write a new song that is also like emotionally involved, and like you could feel it, so we could finish out the record and round it out, and then add his to the ending of it. So that's how we ended up with that more so concept of calling it the human experience.
Okay. Yeah.
But we never had another title for it at all. It's always been that title for forever.
So it's just been slowly being pieced together over time, man. That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it. I mean, like,
no. There's a couple things that I really enjoyed about it. So one, I like that your engineer or producer puts the bass so much forward. I feel like there's always two approaches to heavy music, either to be bass driven or to be driven by the kick and drums and whatever. So I love hearing that big round bass. It's like it reminds me of nu metal and stuff, but I love that groove heavy sound, that tone, and so I was happy to hear that.
Yeah, Bloodbender is probably the most grooviest on the fucking record, honestly. Or Violence. But I don't know. Hector was the original bass player. So what would you say?
Yeah. Probably Bloodbender, honestly. That was one of my favorites to do. Generally, I did most of the rhythm work for it, I guess, which includes the bass. It was fun.
What is a Bloodbender? I was curious about that.
So that song, should I tell you guys the raw story or just
whichever you prefer, dude?
All right,
I just thought I was like that's a cool concept, and it doesn't sound like a good thing, but I'm like, what exactly
so
is
the
a
song is
Bloodbender?
about two people. It's about a dude in the scene that is manipulative as fuck. Fuck that dude. And then the other one is about a girl that I dated that is just as horrible as he is, and literally put me through the worst night of my fucking life. Like trying to kill herself, slicing herself up, and I had to call the cops on her, and then come to find out she like did drugs at a show that we were at, and I'm like, well, I don't do nothing, so she's freaking horrible night, and she was just really manipulative, and like I'm like crying and like trying to hold the dog and call 911, and she's like cutting herself all up with a knife. It was, and then the AMN boys showed up to my house right when it was happening, so they helped defuse everything. And so so it was a whole thanks AMN boys. But yeah, no, that whole thing was like, that's why the song I literally wrote, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself, bitch. And then it's like, because that's like, fuck you, like,
so
fuck you.
That
like,
was actually verbatim from the incident.
Yes, literally. Well, no, not really, but I was like, dude, I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. How do I? I've never been in that. and I've never been around drugs in my life, and all of a sudden finding out that I'm dating somebody that does drugs behind my back.
Yeah. And then being in the middle of it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was a fucking nightmare. So
I had a feeling the manipulation was in there somewhere, just reading the lyrics.
So originally it was called Manipulator, but I was like, I don't like that name.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Avatar, and I was like, yo, bloodbending.
Awesome, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I love that title even more now.
But it makes sense though,
so
like
cool.
because you're manipulative, and you, what kind of people do you call them? You call them, they're called
like a narcissist or something, or like
like a narcissist or whatever. They like gaslight the shit out of you, and then they freak out, and I don't even know how
I like that concept now, man. Instead of manipulating the elements, you're manipulating people.
Yes.
Like bloodbender.
So they're bloodbending you.
Yeah.
So because I literally say you play the mental mind games. Fucking twist the words that I say.
So the bass tone, and then I love your blez because they're not exactly. It's not bleh. It's more like a throat clearing like. Dude. Sounds so nasty every time you do it on the record.
Oh, thank you. I'll try to do a few tonight. But there's a YouTube reactor named Orion Reacts, and he was listening to the Alpha one for the first time, and he listened to it, and I fucking do that bleh on the end, and he's like, what the hell? That guy just sneezed his brain out. Hold up. And then he goes back, and he was like, that was fucking nasty. And I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. So what are the plans? Like you guys, I've noticed since you guys have put this out, you guys have just been on the road nonstop, dude, and not just like in your area. I've noticed you guys down in SoCal and going out west and going up north, and so what's on the itinerary as far as running around?
Do you guys want to say anything, or want me to talk?
It'll be probably 2 weeks before this comes out, so just in case you have spoilers.
That's spoilers. Okay.
We're trying to write an acoustic piece.
Okay.
Trying to get some guest vocals on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say who yet.
All right.
Who? I don't even know.
That's how secret it is. Nice.
I don't even know. I had to think about it first.
But it's fleshing out. It's fleshing out really good. It'll still take a few weeks because we get together like weekly.
Nice.
And progress is slow, but it's cranking along.
Yeah.
Do you have anything?
The way that he talks actually sounds like he's like at a fucking. He's like talking at like a basketball thing. Yeah, that's in the first half.
Yeah.
But now it's better.
Well, yeah, no, it takes a little bit of time. 2 members live kind of far. That's me and Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, so we try to work on stuff as much as we can, and then if we have different ideas for new songs, we just pitch it to the group. We send little sound files and see how they sound, and then we just get to work on them. Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to get more sponsorships. Not to brag, but I recently got sponsored by Soul Tone Cymbals.
Okay. Yeah.
Endorsed.
Your sponsors expect you to name drop.
Okay,
man.
fine.
Yeah.
2 different words, but
Different words. Thank you very much.
endorse, right? Endorse. But yeah, no, we're trying the new cymbals out tonight, so trying to put out more. I'm trying to put out more drum content. Just
awesome.
To show people, give them a little bit more than while they're waiting for our music and stuff. So, just trying to get up.
Okay, so for shows, because I didn't want to forget what I had to say about it. So we are doing. So you said 2 weeks. Is it?
Yeah, probably about 2 weeks.
All right, so we're doing a memorial show. The one for Anthony.
Yes.
So
please name drop that, man. Yeah, we'll have it out before then for sure. So,
okay. So May 25th at Full Circle Brewery. It's a memorial show. All the money basically is going to the funeral of Anthony and his wife. And if you check this out, please go. Quick story. We were supposed to play a show with them last Saturday. It got rained out, and then the next day, we all got the news, and that broke my heart because I literally started talking to Anthony almost every day since I met him a few weeks prior, and he's just been nothing but like positive and like stoked about playing shows again and everything, coming back to music. And so like when I heard that, I was fucking lost my shit. Yeah. And I've been like fucking sad about it. So please go to that. And then after that we have we have another. No, July 13th is not announced yet, but it'll probably be announced by then. We're playing in Modesto at Persuasion Brewing.
Okay.
And then we have our TITANFEST, which is I'm going to just say it now. It's 3 days long, 3 different locations, Sacramento, Manteca, and Cupertino. And by the time it'll be announced by the time this comes out.
Okay.
But yeah, so that'll be pretty wild.
Dude,
so
that's
hopefully the
insane. I
ticket
didn't
link.
know. So Jose had mentioned, he's like, yeah, I think it's going to be in Manteca this year. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's close to home. I didn't realize it was in Manteca Plus. It's 3 different locations this year. That is
so
sick, dude.
I've had, so like I'm 31 and I'm like, well, I'm going to go slow like a turtle and die and go somewhere at 40, or I could fucking
Go in head first.
Yeah,
bro.
why not?
Yeah.
So TITANFEST, the unofficial version, was in our backyard with like 200 people that showed up unexpectedly.
That's a hell of a backyard show, bro. That's crazy.
So we were like, all right, we're not going to do that again. So we did it at Holy Diver,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 250 people that showed up.
Nice.
And then I was like, all right, sick. We'll do it again. We did it at Cafe Colonial in the Colony, but then the Colony got shut down, so we had to shove 10 bands and like 200 people in the cafe, which worked out somehow.
Yeah.
And then we're like, all right, well, let's fucking step it up. 3 days, 3 locations, all like each area has an open area, and it's each location. No, 2 of the locations have 2 stages. Manteca has 1 stage. Day 1 we'll have 2 stages, 14 bands. Day 2 we'll have 10 bands, 1 stage, and day 3 we'll have 2 stages, 10 bands.
Dude,
it's a lot. It's
what
a lot.
Massive undertaking, dude. That is so sick, dude.
Thank you. Oh, I just hit my mouth. Fuck. And
Thank
then
you for blessing my mic.
and then after that we have Edge Fest in Yakima,
Okay.
which was pretty cool to be asked to even play that.
I was wondering how you say that.
Yakima. Well, it's funny enough, my girlfriend actually lives there too right now.
yeah? Nice.
So I was like, well,
Hell yeah.
I guess I could, bring your whole family out.
Yeah. So this has been awesome, dude. Thank
Yeah.
you for like catching me up with what you guys are all doing, and glad you guys have the album out. You guys are pushing hard to support it. Where can people find you online on on your socials or?
Okay, so our website where you're gonna get your Titan tickets at, or TITANFEST tickets, is gonna be titanmetal.com or titvn.com metal.com, or you could go to Instagram, which is Titan or Titan Band. Facebook is Titan Band. Just remember it's a V and not an A.
Yeah.
So-
I made that mistake a couple times myself.
So many people do, and I kind of
It looks cool though.
I low key regret it because but do you guys have anything else?
Too far gone. The name
Yeah,
is
too
gonna
late
just
now. Huh?
stay.
Yeah. No, so this again, man, been awesome, man. Thank you guys so much, and
All right.
can't wait to watch you guys destroy it tonight, man. Awesome.
Thank you. We'll
Thank
try.
Awesome. Yay. Awesome, bros. That was good, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. You guys did good, man. Great. So I'll have something to send you soon, hopefully. So.
Thank you guys very much.
Can't wait to tune in.